Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Teddy Williams of Grand Ledge Football and as well as Grand Ledge Basketball. How's it going?
I'm doing good. Just chilling out right now. So
Nice. So how has this year kind of gone for you, bud? Because it's been an interesting year.
yeah, I mean it's been pretty fun. We had a good season of football. We just wrapped up basketball season last night actually. So right now it's kind of like my downtime, if you will, the start of the off season. So pretty good time.
Well, it's a perfect time to kind of recap the year. Let's start with football. What was that like to have the football season that you guys did? Because you guys kind of shocked a few people with some of the wins that you got, especially in the playoffs.
hmm So yeah, for football, I didn't know how good we were going to be either, because like we knew we had a lot of good athletes, especially at the receiver position. But like the big problem for us was like in the preseason was figuring out who's going to be a quarterback for us, because we had a lot of people. We didn't really have a lot of people that could throw the ball. But then Sean Foster, he's a really good receiver. He was actually committed to Grand Valley for receiver, like before the season started. But we put him at quarterback because he's basically like probably one of our best athletes. And we discovered that he could run the ball kind of like Lamar Jackson. So we kind of used him as a dual threat. And then when he could break off like a 40-yard, 30-yard run whenever he wanted to. And then we could like throw the ball because he played quarterback in like I'd say like fourth and fifth grade. So he kind of just tapped back into that mode this season. And then he went crazy. And then he just got the ball to me and Andrew. And then that's how our offense worked basically. Like we just blocked for him. He made plays. And then our defense stepped up really good this year. We got a lot of good stops, and that's basically how our year went.
Best moment from this football season.
I would say probably beating DeWitt was the best moment because we hadn't a team from Grand Ledge hadn't beaten DeWitt in over 6 years. So to be the team that beat them, that was really hype. Obviously, it was a crazy game. Obviously, I think it was like 56-49. Like we scored, they scored. It was back and forth. I think Sean had like 7 touchdowns, and
Yeah.
it was really good. It was a really good team win. Honestly, that was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So that
What,
was the best one.
yeah. What was it just like to just be a part of Grand Ledge football program that really has had a lot of success less over the years, and especially it's continued since Coach Bryant's gotten there.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Bragg got here when I was a freshman, so we were kind of like the rebuilding class, if you will, because we were the first class to like play all 4 years under him. And like by the time, well, when we were freshmen, the varsity team was 2-7, but by the time we were seniors, obviously we were 9-3. We were 9-3 conference champs. We were district champs, and that was really cool to like see like the progress built year after year. I thought that was honestly the fun part about being a part of this program the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So I would say.
Okay. So what's it like just being out there and you know being out there and playing and remind everybody what position you play.
I played tight end and on offense, and then D end and defense. But I mean, like my job basically for our offense was to, conceal the edge as a tight end, like blocking wise, and then if we needed a big play, if it's like third down and long, because we don't really throw a lot of short passes. We were kind of just like a down, like we throw a lot of deep balls, and that was kind of my job, is to make a big play and then like seal the edge for a big block. That was basically my job in offense, and then defense, I was basically just contain the edge, go after the quarterback. I felt like I was able to do a pretty good job of that this year. Like,
Um,
so,
I did get a chance. I did get a chance to watch you guys this year. The playoff game against Brighton.
mhm.
What was to kind of start it, kind of to have the season that you guys did. What are you going to remember most about this year?
um, I mean, I would probably say the fact that we like accomplished all of our goals that we set. Like, we wanted to win our conference, CAC Blue. We did that. that was an awesome feeling. And we went into the playoffs. We wanted to get revenge on Holt, and they were like our lone conference loss of the year, obviously. So that was a big win for us coming out. That was after the Brighton game,
Yeah, I was.
and then obviously like Brighton, we were actually like pretty shocked because they were like ranked, I think, like number 9 in the AP poll for the state rankings. We
Yeah,
thought they were going to be a really really tough game, and they were obviously a really good team. They had a lot of great players, but I mean, we just went out, we executed our game plan like flawlessly, and then I mean the results kind of showed. And that was a fun game. Like, they had a really cool stadium, so that was a fun game to play in, obviously. But
yeah,
I mean, the entire year was just a really really awesome experience because I don't think there wasn't like one game our student section wasn't there. I mean, like it was just an awesome year to like represent the community too. So that's just what I have to say about that.
sure. What does football mean to you?
I mean, football is it's a team sport. Like you can't win with only like a couple guys. Like the whole team has to work together to like get a play going. If one guy misses a block, the play doesn't work. I mean, if the quarterback makes a great throw and the receiver doesn't catch the ball, obviously that's not good. So I mean, football is like a team sport, and I find the team aspect of it to be really cool.
For
It's like
sure.
it's a brotherhood. So
Yeah.
so I'd say about that.
Of course, you're continuing your football career. You're going to be heading to West Point, and you're going to be playing for Army. How about that? What made you decide to go in that? Of course, you're and also kind of what made you decide to go to West Point, and also obviously also join the military as well.
hmm Yeah, I mean, West Point's a really really good educate. It's like an Ivy League education basically, and it's Division 1 football. So that was part of the main thing that swung my decision. And it's a beautiful campus. It's out in New York, really really beautiful area, and like just like the entire like the brotherhood nature. Like they call themselves the brotherhood, obviously. And the funny thing was like our motto at Grand Ledge was the brotherhood. So I was kind of like just joining another brotherhood basically, and
Basically,
that was kind of like the main point for me. And obviously the coach is really nice, and just like the history of Army. I'm kind of a history nerd, so there's a lot of history in that place, and that's why I liked it. So
yeah, for sure. So
mhm.
also, and of course, you're kind of leaving your mark on Grand Ledge with this past football season as well as this past basketball season. But overall, what are you gonna miss most about Grand Ledge as you kind of only got a few more months left of your high school senior year?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I would say like when I was a kid growing up Grand Ledge, I'd always watch like the high school games, and I would be like, man, I want to be like that guy. Like a guy I work out with a lot, John Horford. He was a really good basketball player. Like he played at Michigan and Florida, and that's the type of dudes I looked up to. So I mean, if I can just set a good example for like the kids watching like our games, and if I can just leave like an impact in like one guy, that's one kid. That's the kind of legacy I want to leave. And obviously, I just want to have fun like the last few months at Grand Ledge, just enjoy the last little bit of the senior year that's left. And
Yeah,
that's what I would say about that.
for sure. And the
Mhm.
biggest thing is, what are you going to miss about high school football?
I would say just the atmosphere of like the fans, like you're playing in front of your friends, big crowd, like there's a lot of the teams we're playing against. Obviously, like I play it like I play with a lot of guys from in basketball that were really good in the other football teams around the area. So it was kind of funny to play like you grow up playing with them, and then in high school you're playing against them. So but that's always fun too, playing against your former buddies. And I'd say that's the part I remember most about it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Teddy, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck. Best of luck at West Point next year. Maybe we'll do this again before you head over there.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate it.